Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this. Know that I appreciate you. 'Tis I, Jay, and I'd like to welcome you to another day in the daily life of Jay. It is Tuesday morning, 10:35 in the a.m., and I am headed to work. And by the time you see this, you should have already seen why I've been away. Now, I'm sure that you've gotten the videos up until this point because they were recorded earlier, and there's nothing more recent except for the video right before this one. And that is because, well, first, let me give honor to God, who is the head of my life. That's number one. But I've been away, and there's nothing more recent between the last one and this one, because I have been sick with COVID-19. And yeah, there's still some residuals, but thankfully, I am well. I am healed. It was, I won't say it was really, really bad, because compared to what others have experienced, what I experienced was a cakewalk. Compared to what others have suffered, what I suffered was nothing. It was bad for me. It was bad for me, but when I think about all of the lives that were lost because of COVID-19 or coronavirus or COVID-19, if you're unsure of what I'm talking about, it was rough for me. I will say this. I am so grateful and thankful that it wasn't any worse. I am so grateful, so thankful that I did not have to go into the hospital, which my dad thought that I would. And I'm actually going to keep this short because I do have a phone call to make before I get to the office. But my dad thought I needed to go to the hospital, and I didn't. And the other thing that I am grateful for is the fact that my husband did not contract it. We immediately, before I even got my test results back, I started separating myself. I don't have my voice 100% back. It feels like it wants to come back. It even sounds like it's back at times, but then it goes away. I don't have 100% of my breath back yet, or my energy. And that's just part of what's the residual part, that's the residue that's left. But I am praying that I am 100% healed soon. I'm distracted. Praying that I be 100% healed and soon. I will tell you, and I'll probably do a separate video, but I will tell you that it got rough at the very beginning. It was rough. But like I said, my husband didn't contract it because even before I took the test, I separated myself because I was almost 100% sure that I had it before I even took the test, just based on the things that were happening that have never happened before. So I started sleeping away from him before. And if we had to be close to one another, I wore my mask. We stayed 6 feet apart, and it's very difficult when you're in one house. But we stayed 6 feet feet apart, like if we were in the kitchen together. I had a mask on. I had a mask on. So yeah, I will do a separate video talking about, like the video that's before this one talks a little bit about it, but I will probably do a 100% separate video just about what I went through, what I felt like, what led me to believe that I had it, when my symptoms actually started, now that I thought back on it, versus when I thought they started. So yeah, I'll talk about all of that in a separate video. But yeah, when I tell you, Corona is no joke. If you don't know anyone that has been touched by it, praise God for that. If you have not been touched by it, praise God for that. It is no joke. And I am grateful that for the most part, I take really good care of myself. Because it could have been so much worse if I hadn't. And it could have been so much worse for my husband if I had not thought ahead of time to start separating myself before I got the test done. Like the night, yeah, I'll talk more about it then. But so that's it. I'm not gonna be here long. Like I said, I do have a phone call to make, but I wanted to just really quickly say, hey, what's up? How are you? It's been so long since I've actually done a video. I have been home technically 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. It feels like so much longer. And I actually did not have to go back